There's how cold it is. But at least it ain't snowing or raining. Will it ever end? Will winter ever end? That's the real question. So, what are we going to do today? As much as I don't want to do nothing because it's 15 degrees out here, but I guess we'll work on these brakes and try to get this thing where it can stop. I guess we'll pop this leaf spring and all this stuff off real quick and try to get this other side of that shock mount drilled out so we can finish putting those stupid shocks on there, which I failed to do last video, but we're going to do it this time. I still can't get in here with the backing plate. It's a little bit too long there. So I'm just gonna cut this drill bit. Yes, we got it. Alright guys, my GoPro battery died and I had to charge up the battery, and while it was charging I went ahead and threw these shocks on real quick. So I got the shocks on both sides here. This bolt ended up being too long. It was actually hitting the U-bolt. I had to cut probably 3/4 of an inch off of it. And I couldn't get my lock washer on there because the nut would hit this plate right here. I don't know if y'all can see, not really, but the nut's actually lower than that, so I just left the lock washer off. So if this thing backs out and falls out, I don't care. Hopefully this top one will come off and the whole thing will fall off there, and I'll just keep driving because I had enough of that shock. It took a long time to put these shocks on for some reason, but I'm over that. So now we're moving on to the brakes. I reused the mount off the 10 bolt right here, and it looks like it's gonna work pretty good. Anyways, I'm working on these lines right here now, trying to figure out where I need to weld these tabs on. I think I'm just gonna weld it about right there. So that's what I'm working on now. Go ahead and grind the powder coat off of this and weld these things on right there. And I'm gonna weld the other one in the same spot on that side. So yeah, I'll probably have to take that shock back off to get to it. But yeah, that's what we got going on. So let's go ahead and weld these things on here. Alright, that's what I got. Pretty happy with that weld right here. Let me move this line out of the way so y'all can see that. Looks pretty good. The back side's just some of my regular old bubblegum weld, but it's on there. It's not going nowhere. This one's the same, got them old booger welds on it, but it's on there too, so yeah. So now we just got to run our lines from here up to here. This is the lines I got. I actually got a 12 bolt that I was going to swap in here before I ran across this 9-inch. And I bought these for that, so we're just going to try to make these work. Alright, I think I'm going to use this end right here, so I'm going to go ahead and cut this side off and pull this spring off. The spring actually slides, so I'll go ahead and cut this off here. And there we go. I'm going to pull the spring off. Good morning. We're back. It's still cold. It was actually colder this morning than it was yesterday, but the sun's out and it's starting to warm up some, so time to get to work, I guess. I did clean up my tools yesterday and went and bought me a new brake hose. So I'm gonna bolt that to this thing, and then we'll go ahead and mock up our lines. Alright, got my new hose put on here. Here's the piece I'm gonna use for this side. I cut some of the end off there. I'm just gonna use this one little piece here. So I'm just gonna screw it into there and then start bending it until I reach that hose down there. Alright, this is what I got so far. So I got it ran right into my tab here. And now I just got to cut it and flare it, which hopefully I don't do it too short. The flare looks like it starts probably almost even with this bolt head where it goes all the way up against the flange here, so I might try to make it even with that flange. Obviously I ain't gonna cut it even with the flange. I need to come out a little bit so when we make it double flare it'll squish and be even with that. So I guess I need to go play with my flaring tool. I'll use this scrap piece here and we'll measure it and see how short it gets after I put a flare on it, and then we can measure that. Alright, here's the tool. This thing's supposed to work pretty good, so we're gonna give it a try. So we got this thing here. It just sits on there like that on the back here. And it comes with different size, I guess you call these dies, I don't know, different size little clampy things here. Pretty sure that's the one we need. Yep. So you pull this out. Set that in there. Before I actually put the flare on it, I'm going to measure this I'm probably gonna measure down an inch and mark it, and then we could re-measure it after I flare it to see how short it gets. All right, I got it marked at 1 inch there. So we'll go ahead and flare it. And there we go. It looks like maybe a 1/16 of an inch. All right, guys, here's the line that we made. I got it marked there, so we're gonna cut it off and flare it there. You gotta make sure you put your fitting back on first before you flare it. All right, guys, here's the line that I made. I did end up putting this spring thing, whatever it is. I guess it's for protection there. But I cut it down and put it back on there too. Just cause it kind of looks like factory almost. And it kind of hides some imperfect bends there. But there's the end that I made. So let's get it on here, see what it looks like. See if it's too long. Or I might have cut it just right. I don't know. We'll see. Oh, there it is. Looks like I got it pretty close. Not pretty close, but dead on the money. That looks good. I've done a good job on that. All right, we got that on there. It worked out pretty good. So I'm just gonna go ahead and knock out this other side real quick. Get it on here. All right, I got that one bent to the shape we need. So let's go put the flare on it. We'll be done with that one too. Got it flared. Got it put back on there. Got my spring on there. I think it looks pretty good. Alright guys, there we go. Got the new line on. Got the lines I made on there. So as far as the brake lines, everything's complete back here. Alright guys, I think that's all I'm going to do today, because it's cold. It's cold and I'm ready to go in, so at least we got something done. Thanks for watching. Till next time, see ya.